I'm Amanda Pasciucco, a licensed marriage and family therapist, and today we're going to talk about open relationships that are long distance. If you want to stay until the end to learn a little bit more about communication in these relationships, please stay and you'll get the link for that. This video was actually requested on one of my other videos about long distance relationships. This one is particularly for those who are in open relationships, ethical non-monogamy versus monogamous relationships. So let me just define what's a long distance relationship anyway. My working definition of a long distance relationship is when you are more days without your partner in the year than with that partner. So it could be that someone's away half the year and together half the year. It could be someone who just lives a couple hours away that you only see weekends. The idea here though is that you're with them less than you're with yourself or with another partner that you might be living with or that's more local to you. Also, long distance relationships are pretty common in the non-monogamous world because it's difficult to find people who have your same interests, same agreements, and who meet their needs in the way that you like to meet your needs. So I hear about this pretty often in non-monogamous folks. And basically people just date one another because it doesn't really matter the distance if you are meeting in all these other ways. Technology keeps it so that you feel more engaged and close to this person, even if you can't physically be with them all the time. When you're in an open relationship and say you have a partner that you live with, a nesting partner, NP, at home, and you have another partner that's a long distance, LDP, LDR, long distance relationship, LDP, long distance partnership, when that partner, the long distance one, comes to your area and you have a nesting partner that you're used to being with most days, I think it's important for you as the person who's the hinge in between those two relationships to be sure to talk to your nesting partner about the way in which you'll communicate when you yourself are with a long distance partner and going to be exclusively spending some physical time with them. It isn't unreasonable to think that a long distance partner would want to stay in a hotel, an Airbnb, or somewhere where you'd have exclusive space from where you live with your nesting partner and or family. Not all people have the privilege to be able to do that, so some people do have these relationships all within the same house. However, I know a lot of couples who choose to spend time in a separate location if they are able to do so, so that they have separate sacred time. Let's hope that you've watched some other videos and learned some things about emotional attunement and intelligence. What I would suggest for you and for a nesting partner is to have some time away from one another where you're managing your own emotions. The nesting partner seeing other partners of theirs or seeing friends or family that really nourish them. And you, when you're with your long distance partner, having what you need and your needs being met by that partner instead of trying to pull from your nesting partner who isn't with you. Try to have sacred space so that you each feel your needs are being met in the ways that open relationships allow you to meet those needs in unique and different ways than monogamous folks. Let's hope you also have the skill sets and the tools to manage your emotions, thoughts, and actions to stay in agreements with all your different partners and be aware of the systemic impact when you break agreements and boundaries, and that there will be consequences within each relationship. Sometimes you have to make different things work, like not everyone's okay with just taking a break for a few days. So find a win-win-win. If your nesting partner wants to talk 10 minutes a day and you plan 3 nights with your long distance partner, put in those 10-minute blocks of time. Maybe texting good night and good morning. Whatever your agreements are, find ways to make it work and be creative. Sometimes people go pee and while they're doing that, they text their partner, I love you, I miss you, I'm thinking of you, or something else. Whatever works for you and your agreements is what matters here. But the key that I'm trying to get at is be creative to meet the needs of everyone involved, because we don't necessarily have scripts for how to do ethical non-monogamy in the most perfect way. For those of you watching who are in these types of relationships, how do you keep engaged or connected to your nesting partner when you're with your long distance partner? Next point, plan sacred activities with your long distance partner so that you have special memories to hold on to when you two will not be together. Also consider that if you're at another space, you're going to possibly need water, snacks, food, your medication, toiletries. Bring everything that you'll need so you don't have to spend time going to a store, going out. Those are great things if you want to choose to do, but you don't want to be stuck where you have to do them just because you didn't plan ahead. Also, if you have a long distance partner that you see once a week versus one that you see once a month or quarterly, then it's normal that you're going to be doing errands once in a while with that long distance partner. That's okay. It's just important to know ahead so that everyone is engaging in consent with what they're doing with one another. What's really important is to make a plan with your long distance partner about the next time you're going to see them. If you're not going to see them again for a week, a month, 2 months, it's important to decide what you're going to do next. This often helps that bond, because it's really sad to say goodbye. Even though you love your nesting partner and you love the life that you have, you're still having a loss of not seeing this other partner while in the mix. So it's really beautiful to have a goodbye where you know what you're going to be doing next. A date that you've planned, an event that you've planned, or just knowing that, oh, we're going to meet up in 3 weeks here will help you to be calmer and not feel so sad at the disconnect and saying goodbye. Also, please notice that the emotions you feel about not seeing your long distance partner aren't necessarily fair to bring home to your nesting partner, because they might miss you too. So your mourning and grieving and sadness about saying goodbye to one partner is actually your emotional responsibility, and get consent from all partners involved if you're able to talk about those feelings or not, and what they're a yes to and what they're a no to, because all of us as healthy individuals want to be able to meet our own needs and help meet others' needs when we've consented to it. When we've consented to co-regulation and attunement with our partners, we can talk about all these things. If we haven't consented though, then we really need to be working on these emotional components on our own. Which brings me to why you want the communication guide below. As a thank you for watching. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, hit like, subscribe, and the bell. You could say hi on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, at The Sex Healer, or at Amanda Pasciucco. I'll see you next week, Wednesday at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Have an amazing week.